Just look at that sea of orange. No surprises if I tell you we're here in Holland at Zandvoort for the Max Verstappen celebration party. It's a quick track and perfect for high speeds, high stakes qualifying. Welcome along to the Dutch Grand Prix qualifying day.
Okay, radio check, radio check.
Radio check.
Right, that's us pushed down into P15. Okay, we've only got one lap of fuel remaining. We've dropped to P17, P17. 5 minutes. There are 5 minutes remaining of this session.
With qualifying complete, all that remains now is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure you join us then. Welcome along then to the North Sea coast and to the Zandvoort circuit. We're 25 miles away from Amsterdam for today's Dutch Grand Prix. It's a race the great Jim Clark won on 4 occasions, leading for an astonishing total of 370 laps. Zandvoort circuit then, 14 corners, 10 to the right and 4 to the left, with plenty of steep camber and elevation changes to keep our drivers on their toes throughout the 2.6 mile lap. And watch out for cars making use of the DRS zone into turn 1 to attempt an overtake. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And it's Charles Leclerc in P2. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Norris, Sainz, Oscar Piastri, and Gasly, Russell, Ocon, Fernando Alonso, and Aiden Jackson, Hamilton, Mayer, Lance Stroll, and Bortoleto, Antonelli, Tsunoda, Alex Albon, and Jack Doohan, Behrman, Hulkenberg, Hadjar, and Liam Lawson rounds off the grid. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out then. Let's see who can prevail today. And alongside me for the first time this season here in the commentary box, Naomi Schiff. Hello, Gnomes. Now, Ant, I could go on for hours, and I probably will, about the atmosphere here today, the Sea of Orange, this Dutch Formula One festival. But once you're in the cockpit, once the visor's down, what are the challenges for the drive?
Well, what an incredible circuit. It feels just like a roller coaster. This track has some extreme banking that if you walk the track, you almost feel like you're horizontal. It also has some blind corners, so make sure you're not looking at the nose of your car and that you're looking far ahead. And if you look far enough past the Orange Army, you might even spot the beach.
Yeah, I hear on the streets that this is one of the AI's strongest tracks. So to test my new setups here, basically what happened, I had something under my throat pedal I didn't realise was there. I've removed it, and we're gonna see how much of a difference that makes. Now I'm getting full throttle. All right then.
Here we go then, the formation lap is underway and the track temperature looks warm. That may or may not play into some of the team's hands in today's race. So as all the cars take their positions on the grid, the teams will be hoping their strategies pay off for them in today's race. The question I'm asking is which teams have got it right, which ones have got it horribly wrong?
Okay, DRS is now available. 11th, that's 11th place. Okay, so gap to the leader, 10.2 seconds. Jackson ahead. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 1.3 seconds. They're on fresh softs. Okay, Russell's behind you now. Your pit window opens in 8 laps time. Okay, 22 laps left. Okay, the car behind is dropping back. We're seeing a gap starting to form. No need to worry about the tyre condition for now, everything's looking good. Currently P11. The distance to the leader, 12.2 seconds. Jackson's ahead of you. Okay, the gap is less than a second. Okay, they're on old softs. And that's Mayer behind you now. Okay, they're on old softs. Slowly gaining on the car in front. Try to keep up this momentum. You've lost some time to the car behind. You've got 11th, that's 11th place. Okay, gap to leader, 13.9 seconds. Jackson ahead. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 1.4 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Mayer's behind you. Okay, they're on old softs. Your pit window opens in 5 laps time. 5 laps. 19 laps to go. So we're expecting rain in about 10 to 15 minutes. Good job, nice overtake. P10, you're currently in P10. Our gap to first place, 14.7 seconds. Hamilton's ahead of you. Okay, so gap to the car ahead, 2.0 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs, and that's Jackson behind. Okay, they're on old softs. You've got 4 laps until your pit window opens. Okay, 18 laps to go, 1.8 seconds. Okay, you're in the top 10. We're approaching the pit window and you're going to be on mediums. Okay, Yuki, we want to make sure we're saving some ERS, so let's try and charge it up now. Okay, nice work, really good job with that target, mate. Right, let's have you in at the end of this lap, please. Let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy. Perfect job on the turn in there, mate. Looks like a nice stop time. We're happy with that one. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. Okay, expect to see some rain about 10 to 15 minutes from now. No need to worry about the tyre condition for now, everything's looking good. Max is in the pits, Max in the pits. The car ahead's coming to fit the mediums. Car ahead now running medium tyres. Sat in P8, well done. Okay, so gap to the leader, 21.8 seconds. Antonelli's ahead of you. Ocon's behind you, less than a second separates you. They're on fresh mediums. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. And gap to the car in front, 1.6 seconds. Okay, Yuki, Alonso's ahead of you. We don't want to let this hold us up too long, so do your best to get past and get on with the race. That's P7 now, P7. The distance to the leader, 25.9 seconds. Alonso ahead. Okay, gap ahead, 2.3 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Ocon behind. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on fresh mediums. Look after these tyres now, and you want to finish the race on this compound. The car behind is dropping back by about 0.3 a lap. Well done. Okay, gap to the car in front, 2.8 seconds. We're catching the car ahead, well done, but be aware these tyres need to get us to the end of this race. Okay mate, that still wasn't quite what we needed I'm afraid, but look, let's move on. Get your head down and chin up and focus till the end of the race. Okay, we don't think we're far away from rain now. I'll keep you updated as conditions change. Okay, no issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them. Okay, the incident's been cleared. Let's get back up to racing speed. Come on. Okay, gap to the car ahead, 4.8 seconds. P7, 7th place. Okay, gap to leader, 33.3 seconds. Alonso's ahead of you. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 5.2 seconds. They're on old mediums. Gasly's behind you. Less than a second separates you. They're on old mediums. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. 4 laps remaining. Okay, you're losing a small amount of time to the car behind. Just keep pushing. Systems all looking good. Head down. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 6.4 seconds. Right, we've got enough fuel for 3 more laps. That's P7 now, P7. Our gap to first place, 35.4 seconds. Alonso ahead. Okay, so gap to the car ahead, 6.3 seconds. They're on old mediums. Gasly behind. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on old mediums. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. 2 laps left. Next time by will be your final lap. Final lap, final lap. Push, push. Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
Good job, guys. I think we need a good recovery.
So the moral of the
And
story
in the
is,
end, there was no Verstappen. Max Verstappen.
if you
He
want to
takes
go,
victory.
if you want to go faster, check your pedals that there's nothing stuck underneath them.
Well,
Okay.
that's 2 race wins in a row for them. I think they'll be really happy with that. I mean, 1 race win is great, but to have 2, you know that you've got it. You're a little bit more comfortable in your skin. This is a great sign of maybe what's to come next.
But it was a good race on a harder level than what I made films on, so it's really good.
Well, it's been a long wait for many of our drivers, but the wait is always worth it. Bring them out to the awaiting crowd. It's time for our podium celebrations. But there can only be one on the top step. Your number 1, Max Verstappen. Well, what an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
It seems as if you have a new rival. This is the perfect opportunity to show the world why you belong in this sport, and to show me why you belong amongst my very exclusive clientele. That's a joke. I love working with you.
Next time them internet drivers give tips and that and settings, I'll try them out on this. So whenever you see me driving Yuki in Red Bull, that means it's basically testing out people's settings and things. So I don't know when I'll be back, and then we'll see. It won't be long though, even if I don't get no new settings. But this isn't the hardest level I play. It's harder than the ones I record normally. All right then, it's been good. All right, bye. Bollocks.
It's the fastest track on the calendar. The grandstands are awash with Ferrari red. It's time for practice here in Monza. Welcome along.
All right, give me a quick radio check, please. Radio check.
Radio check.
I've had a chat with the R&D team about the new parts, and we're happy that they've been integrated into the car okay. With any luck, you'll be able to feel the improvement, so go and give them a try.